let's look at your journey per se.
Yeah.
How many years would you say you have been profitable as a trader?
The first 3 years, I won't lie, I was in much losses. But I would say for the last 5 years, the journey has been so good. Now, though it has had its downside, where I lost around 8.5 million.
Wow.
That's why I vanished, just to make a recovery. And today, as I make a debut on a on a podcast, I would say the journey has been awesome. And I've got great things for the traders. They have never closed any month in losses for the last 15 months. You can just scroll down and see.
Okay, where do I check that?
Here.
Return?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Just scroll down.
Okay. The curve is always going up.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, was it your own personal capital or investors' money?
No, I don't do investors' money. It was personal capital.
Personal capital?
Yeah.
Over 8 million.
8.5 to be precise.
The Mind of a Trader podcast, where we outthink the market.
If you're in a trade right now, take a pause. If you haven't analyzed the markets, don't move. This might be what you need. This is the Mind of a Trader podcast, where we cut through the noise, focus on execution, and break down the mindset behind every move. This is where real traders sharpen their edge. I am your host, presenter Ali, and this is where discipline meets strategy. This is the second episode for season 2 of Mind of a Trader episode, and of course I am joined by one and only Sam Kenya FX. He's been in the industry for over 8 years, way before I even knew what trading was. He's going to introduce himself in a minute, but you're going to understand his journey. You're going to understand what he's been able to achieve and what is actually offering you right now as you watch this podcast. Please, Sam, thank you so much for coming to the episode. Please do introduce yourself. Tell us about yourself. Tell us when you started trading. And of course, most importantly, you're going to also help us understand what is your strategy like? What have you been doing in the market that is wrong? And how did you come to correct all these things? So there is a lot that we are about to share in today's episode. So please, Sam, welcome to the episode and introduce yourself.
Thank you so much. My name is Gunjuri Madenge. I'm popularly known as Sam Kenya FX. I'm a man of many hats, but in regards to today's episode, I'll introduce myself as a trader and also the founder of one of the leading trading platform we have. That's afropeace.com, and I'm glad to be here.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is amazing. First and foremost, I want to know about your journey. I want to understand, how did you stumble upon Forex, and how did you end up deciding that, this is what I want to do?
That dates back to around 8 years ago. I'm not very good in numbers, but it was back in the third quarter of 2028, 2018 rather. And so far, the journey has been so rocky. But at the end of the day, I would say it's paying.
Yes.
Yeah.
Many people start trading, oblivious of the market. They do not know. They do not know what understand. They do not know or understand what's in the market. They end up being scammed here and there. They end up losing money. Was yours the same way?
Pretty much. I would say mine was not any different from the rest. But I would say it has been quite some journey. But I'm glad of the experiences that I've faced, because they have made me to be the person I am today.
Yeah. Are there any personal stories that you remember when you started?
Yeah. Actually, back in the years, I was I commend the influencers, because they are the ones that I was looking up to. But later on, the journey was not as rosy as it was marketed. But so far so good.
So far so good.
Yeah.
Okay. For those 8 years of trading, how many years would you say have been profitable for you?
I'm not very new on social media. That was back in 2022. That's when I made my first debut on YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah. I got featured on some interviews, but I just vanished for some personal reasons, which I'm very free to explain on this channel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first time I actually saw you, you came out as anti-scammers. You are just anti-scammers purely, and you're telling us what to watch out for as traders, what to look out for as traders. Is it because you felt like many people were being scammed in the industry?
Yeah, I would say so because scamming has been there since days immemorial, not just in Kenya, but where Forex, sets its foot. Um, I loathe, hate is a very light word. I loathe scamming, and that's why I came out as an anti-scammer content creator. But now at the end of the day, I would say I came up with a solution that would help traders to be profitable. So currently, I'm not an anti-scammer content creator. I'm a person with a solution for the traders.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now let's look at your journey per se.
Yeah.
How many years would you say you have been profitable as a trader?
The first 3 years, I won't lie, I was in much losses. But I would say for the last 5 years, the journey has been so good. Now, though it has had its downside, where I lost around 8.5 million.
Wow.
That's why I vanished, just to make a recovery. And today, as I make a debut on a on a podcast, I would say the journey has been awesome, and I've got great things for the traders.
Wow.
Yeah.
So tell us about how you lost the 8.5 million
Actually, it was in less than a month.
in less than a month.
And everyone around me thought it was okay. Per my communication, it was around 3.5 million in Kenyan money. But I had lost so much that I was not free to communicate because I hadn't handled such kind of money before. So I had to play it safe because at the end of the day, there are people who are looking
Up to you?
Up to me, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, was it your own personal capital or investors' money?
No, I don't do investors' money. It was personal capital.
Personal capital?
Yeah.
Over 8 million.
8.5 to be precise.
Wow.
Yeah.
How was it for you?
It was a first experience. I won't lie to you. To be honest, it hit me below the belt, and I had to make a recovery, which took some time. But I'm glad that at the end of the day, if you have the skill, you can recover.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
And for the 3 years that you were losing money
Yeah.
as a trader, I mean, what kept you going? The first year you were unprofitable, the second year you were unprofitable, the third year you were unprofitable. What kept you going like?
Actually, let me just put this very clear. I lost a 7-figure before I began making profits, but not in one episode. In one season. It was something that was concurrent. I kept on losing bits by bits. So the sum amount that I lost before I became profitable was a good 7-figure. To answer your question, it's putting your eyes on the prize because I knew that Forex could eventually pay, and it did.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Wow, that is interesting. So what are the mistakes that you made for any beginner that's watching this podcast so that they can be able to avoid maybe losing 3 figures, 4 figures, 5 figures, even 7 figures? Because we have many people who have a lot of money that they wanna, invest in trading. What are some of the mistakes that you made that made you lose this amount of money?
Number one was believing influencers, because as much as I would commend them because they're the ones who introduced me to Forex, I would say the scamming game has been there for a long time. So that my biggest mistake was actually following what they did on social media.
20 lots on gold and everything.
Yeah, it's been there for a long time.
Yeah. So mainly you would see a trader maybe place a trade, put 10 lots, and then you'd be tempted to do the same.
Yeah. Actually, if there's someone that I can commend, it was Andile Shezi from South Africa. That was the guy I was looking up to, and he inspired me in this journey. I would commend him and give him his flowers, though I don't know his whereabouts today because I don't follow influencers much at the moment. Yeah. I would say he's one of the guys who inspired me into Forex trading. Yeah.
Wow, interesting. Now let's get into the nitty-gritties of trading. As a trader, what are some of the strategies that you've been able to use, and which one are you currently using and why?
Well, I don't know whether I should disclose my strategy because that's my edge.
Okay.
Yeah, but I would say understanding the markets deeply. If you understand the economics, actually, I have a background in finance and economics. So I would say that's my key pillar. Yeah.
So have you tried any strategies other than the one that you're using right now?
Yeah, I have done so. That's why I lost so much before I became profitable. I would say technically I used to be a technical trader in the past, and I would say that never paid me for a long while, because at the end of the day I kept losing money, so I had to shift goals. Yeah, and I would say after trying a number of strategies, I came to learn that forex is not what you see on the face. Yeah.
Okay. So, since you don't want to tell us what your strategy actually is there a way you can tell us without telling us what your strategy is? What are the confluences that you look at? What are the things that you're looking for in the market before getting into a trade?
Well, I would say that for me to be profitable, I had to understand that you need that party plugins, not just the MT5 or the MT4 that people trade.
Okay.
And you have to meet the cost on a monthly basis. The same way you pay your Wi-Fi, rent, and monthly budget. You need that party plugins for you to be profitable.
Yes.
Yeah, and basically I would say when you're trading, for a newbie, they use the level 1 trading.
Yes, yes.
But now for you to be profitable, you need a higher level. That's level 2. Level 3 is for the institutions. But now for you to be profitable, you need the level 2 trading. Yeah.
Wow, interesting. I mean, let's look at the type of a trader that you are.
Yeah.
Are you looking at scalping, day trading? Are you looking at swing trading according to the strategy that you're using?
I got lost in the hype when I was starting, but currently I would say swing trading is the way to go.
Swing trading is the way to go.
Yeah.
Take your trade, hold it for a week, 4 days, 3 days, and wait for TP.
Depends on the volatility, but I would say you have to hold it long enough.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow, interesting. Let's talk a little bit about risk management. I mean, if you had managed your risk properly, you wouldn't have lost the 8.5 million.
Yeah.
So right now, how's your risk management like? What are you risking per trade in terms of percentage?
For you to be profitable, risk management is something that comes in handy. So an RR of, let's say, 1 to 3 is
That's
something.
the minimum?
Not the minimum, but I would say on average. Yeah.
On average.
Yeah.
That's a good risk to reward. And in terms of, let's say, your account size is like 100,000 Kenyan shillings, how much are you risking per trade?
I would say between 1 to 3%, depending on the setup. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. So you're not risking anything above 3% in one single trade, or is it in one single trade?
Yeah, on a single trade, I wouldn't do more than 3%. Yeah.
Okay, so this time when you're losing 8.5 million,
Yeah.
what were you risking?
I was trying to meet a target on my birthday, because it's on 19th of October. So I just looked at my portfolio and I thought that I would flip, only for me to experience the downside. Yeah.
Okay, now let's also talk a little bit about what you trade. Do you trade gold? Do you trade euro? Do you trade GBP? What exactly are you trading?
I do love gold, but not. I would say I do currencies, but gold is one of the commodities that I do trade. Yeah.
Yeah. So, your strategy,
Yeah.
which Urona mentioned to us,
Yeah.
and it's definitely okay,
Yeah.
because we've had people come here, share their strategy and all that. And it's a personal thing, it's a personal choice actually for people to come and just, if they want to share it, if they don't want to share it, we do not force anyone on it. What's the win rate for your strategy?
Well, I would say everything is public, because I've never appeared on any interview without results. That's something that I'll be showing you.
Okay.
So I'm not the one who will actually give you my win rate. It's something that you can see for yourself.
Okay.
Yeah.
So guys, before we check out his history, before we check out whatever he's been able to achieve, guys, I want to remind you that this episode has been fully and proudly sponsored by Zelance Market. They have the best trading conditions, institutional style of trading for retail traders. They have the best spreads in the market, and also they have a zero spreads account. I mean, this is the best deal that you can ever get. That is also the broker that I personally use, and I also personally do recommend. So please check out the links in the comment section and also the links in description, and do sign up and enjoy the best trading conditions. They have crypto deposits, they have card deposits, and they also have bank deposits, as well as M-Pesa deposits and withdrawals for all the payment services that I've actually been able to mention. So right now we're going to get to know the history, to get to know what he's been able to achieve with this strategy. So stay tuned. So guys, I'm about to show you his history, because it's good to have a trader that has a proven track record. And I'm saying it's not actually bad, and it's actually good. So all time, how long is this all time?
Around 15 months now.
15 months.
Yeah.
You've been able to have 349,000
Yeah.
450%
Yeah.
in 15 months.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Yeah, sure.
You've been able to have 306%, 1,000%, 30,000% in the a whole year,
Yeah.
1,000% in half a year, 500% quarterly, 22% monthly, 1.57%
Yeah.
weekly, and I'm saying the previous day is -1
Yeah, for today.
for today.
Yeah.
Yeah. And let's just look at something here, because this is quite impressive. I haven't seen something as impressive as this. Okay, so these are the pairs that you've been trading.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Oh my god, just a second. Okay, these are the pairs that you've been trading.
Yeah, sure.
So gold, you've traded all these pairs.
Yeah.
Now let's look at the best trade. The best trade that you ever took, you've been able to get $752 dollars.
Yeah.
That's $752.
Yeah.
The worst trade is negative $1,000.
Yeah. Yeah.
You've been able to take 300 trades
Yeah.
for 15 months. 300 trades.
Yeah.
That is not a lot of trades. That's a good number of trades.
Yeah.
You've lost 152 trades.
Yeah.
You've been able to make 8,955. That is the profit.
Yeah.
So what was the initial account deposit?
The initial deposit was actually $200. Yeah, but I never compounded on this specific profile. So this was on a straight line. Yeah.
Okay. Can you expound on that?
A straight line is where you withdraw your monthly proceeds, but compounding is where you invest every amount that you keep
Every
on
profit that you
reinvesting.
Okay.
The profits.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've been able to make $8,955 from
Yeah.
$2,000.
Yeah.
Okay. Average trade, I think size, that is 0.14 lots.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Average profit win per win trade is $66.
Yeah.
Average loss $72. Okay. Average P&L per lot
Yeah.
is 137, and average trade duration is around 17 hours.
Yeah.
Because you are swinging, of course.
Yeah.
Okay. Some are day trades, I can tell, right?
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Okay. This is quite interesting, and I actually want to understand one thing.
Yeah.
There's something I've seen somewhere here.
Yeah.
You have a Sharpe ratio of 0.4,
Yeah.
recovery factor of 23,
Yeah.
and the maximum profit is 354,000.
Yeah.
I mean, that is crazy in 15 months.
354,000%.
Percent, yeah. That is without having to over risk.
Yeah, actually I would say if you have an edge, it's like nature. It's something very natural, making profits, because they have never closed any month in losses for the last 15 months. You can just scroll down and see.
Okay, where do I check that?
Here.
Return?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Just scroll down.
Okay. The curve is always going up.
Yeah.
Wow, this is interesting.
There's
keep
a
going down.
segment, yeah,
Okay,
down
interesting.
here on the bar chart.
Okay.
I've never closed any month in losses
Wow.
for the last 15 months.
The first month was really good.
Yeah.
You did 656%.
Yes.
Second month, you did 50%.
Yeah.
12%, 76, 134, 63. I mean, the lowest month I think you've done around 12%.
That was the third month of trading.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, this is quite impressive. So average weekly, you would do 14%.
That's averaged.
Average.
Yeah.
Wow. So tell us about this whole system, because one thing I would be interested to do is, can I copy your trades?
Yeah, sure. Actually, I would say this is the best performing profile in Africa, because I have done my due diligence and research, and so far I can say that I have never found any better performing strategy in Africa. And actually, we have a reward for that. If you find a better reward, a better strategy than this, we have 2 million Kenyan shillings that we are ready to issue. Yeah.
Wow. So how do I copy these trades? Let's say I'm watching this video and I'm like, can I copy these trades for you? Every trade you take, maybe you can copy them.
Yeah, it's very straightforward. For anyone who has been copying trades, they can actually do that. But for anyone with difficulties doing that, they can reach out to me on samkenyafx.com. Yeah.
So if you want to reach out to you to be able to know how to copy your trades,
Yeah.
just go to samkenyafx.com.
Yeah.
And you're able to do that.
Yes.
What's the profit split? I mean, because you can't, I don't think you're doing it for free.
Well, I run a number of profiles, so it's up to the investor to choose the one which is most suitable for them. Yeah.
Okay. So there are different profiles.
I have different profiles.
What's the minimum?
The minimum deposit.
No, the minimum profit split.
Currently, on this specific one that we've been watching, it's actually 50%.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you can go even higher.
No. Actually, the maximum
That's
that
the
you
maximum.
that's the maximum.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about the minimum?
That's up to us to set, because it's something that can be adjusted depending on the profile and the willingness of the strategy provider, which I'm one.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what's the minimum deposit for it?
On this specific one, it's actually $5,000. During the genesis of it, it was $200, but with time we have kept increasing the minimum balance because of the volatility, and again because we're trading on a higher account, we expect to have big deposits for the clients who are onboarding. However, we have smaller profiles ranging between $500 to $5,000. So you choose the one which is suitable for you.
So everything is actually on the website.
Yes.
SamKFX Kenya.
SamKenyaFX.com.
SamKenyaFX.com.
Yes.
If I go there, I can just choose to copy your trades and be able to make like 12% in a month.
Well, we don't guarantee returns because it's against the law. So we do our best just to make sure that we give the best results. So if it gives us, the 12% that you're talking about, that's good. So if it gives us a high amount than that, we are good with that.
Wow.
Yeah.
So guys, just remember that anytime we are on set, we always mention one thing that is very crucial, that 90% of traders in CFDs, they normally lose money. Okay? Past results do not guarantee future results, of course, and also this is not financial advice. This is information that we are giving you. This is verified information that we are giving you to tell you, look, this is what has been happening. These are the results that this person has been able to make. And let's say, so you said the minimum deposit is 5,000, but you also mentioned something that you also have lower a lower level of clients who can get $500 deposit and everything?
Yeah, actually, currently we are running a $500 profile of the minimum deposit for anyone who wants to join us. The expected return is actually 10%.
Okay.
We expect to compound that for the next 5 years.
Okay.
But for anyone who wants to withdraw the amount, within the journey, they can actually do that. That compounded, ranging between 10% to 15%. We expect within 2.5 years. For a $500 account, the returns will be actually around 4.2 million
Kenya shillings.
Yeah, and actually, I can tell you from the profile that you just displayed on the screen, there's no one who has copied us sitting on a portfolio of less than 3 million.
Right
Let's say
now.
between 3 to 4 million.
Right now.
Yeah, and actually, for every client who happened to copy us, we had not monetized their profile, so they were taking the 100% of the profits. Yeah, so we had to first give the results before charging the performance fees.
Wow.
Yeah, for a whole year it has been free of charge.
Okay.
Yeah, and for the $500 account, we expect to give 90% free of copy trading for the investors to actually see what we can do. Yeah.
Wow. So 90%. Expound about the 90%.
What's 9%?
You mentioned something you were giving 90%.
No, it's 10% returns on a monthly basis. That's our target, not a promise.
Okay.
So we've done an average of 79% on a monthly basis.
Okay.
So 10% is actually very much achievable. So it's something that we're looking forward to. So for anyone who wants to join us, they should feel safe and free to follow us. From the performance that you've seen from this specific profile, anyone who has been compounding, not anyone who has been compounding per se, but I would say if someone chose to compound on a monthly basis, I would say so far from 100k in Kenyan money, they could have over 300 million.
No way. In 2 years.
You just displayed that. We have over 354,000%.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if someone had deposited 100,000 for those 15 months, this is what they would be having.
Yeah, and actually it's something very straightforward because we deal with results, not promises. That's why I came with results. And from the profile, you can actually see for yourself. Yeah.
Okay. Do you have performance fee?
Yeah, we do. As I said, on this specific one, it's actually 50%. But
that is from the profits.
From the profits, yeah.
Okay, so you're not paying any amount upfront.
You don't pay any amount upfront for all the profiles. Yeah.
No amount paid upfront.
Yeah.
You just wait for the profit. You just do a profit split of 50%.
Yeah, and actually to make it juicer, for the $500 account, the moment we introduce the performance fee, it will be once on a monthly basis.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the rest of the money you can decide whether to compound it or to withdraw it after the 50% has been taken out.
Yeah, everything is on the client's disposal, so they can choose whether to withdraw the entire amount or to keep on compounding, because we don't collect money on behalf of the clients. We deal with a certified broker, so we don't handle money. So it's up to them to decide on whether to keep on compounding or withdraw.
So let's say, for example, I've deposited $500.
Yeah.
And the first month we do 10%,
Yeah.
which is around $50.
Yeah.
So can I decide that instead of us doing the split right now, let's keep on compounding this amount for, let's say, a year, and then we can do the split later?
No, everything is automated.
Okay.
So on the performance fee, on that specific profile, it will be on a monthly basis. So after every month, on every profits that we gain, there will be the performance fee, not exceeding 30%. Yeah.
Okay. 30% of the profits.
Yeah, actually we retain 30% of the profits, and the client can actually keep the 70%. Everything is automated, just like we do using any other broker.
So the 70% is what you decide whether you're going to withdraw or compound.
Exactly.
So you can withdraw the whole 70%,
including your entire capital,
even after the first month.
Yeah, it's your personal choice to do that.
Yes. Okay. How are the withdrawals done? Are they very fast? Do you have to wait for days?
Depends on the mode of withdrawal.
Yes.
We have M-Pesa, we have card, we have crypto. So it depends. Every method has got its duration. So we don't handle that. It's the broker who does that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, how would you explain one of the best clients that maybe you've actually been able to have in terms of them making good progress? What is one example that maybe you can give us?
Well, we have a number, but I'll just give one or two examples. We do have a client from USA who actually deposited $500, and from the look of things, you can actually see the amount of money that they have managed to get. Yeah,
Okay.
but it's a Kenyan living abroad, because you don't get clients from. Actually, it's not. It's per the law. We can't onboard clients from the USA, but now there's a Kenyan living in the US that onboarded on this particular profile. Yeah.
Wow, that is interesting. So the website is samkenyafx.com.
Yeah.
I'm going to put the link in the description.
Yes.
And if you want to maybe, copy the trades, you can actually check that out. And maybe, is there anything that we've not touched on that you would like to share?
Yeah, as a strategy provider and a forex trader, for the first time in history, not just in Kenya but the entire continent, I want to give jobs to over 10,000 clients, or over 10,000 people who are willing to work online. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that.
It's basically based on marketing. So anyone who is interested with marketing, then they can actually follow. They can actually reach out to me through the channels on the website. I'll actually guide them through.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they'll make money from that.
We have people making money from that. Yes.
Wow, interesting. So samkenyafx.com.
Yeah.
The link will be on the description. Can I also share your number maybe? Or
Yeah.
maybe you want them to reach you through the website?
Through the website, everything is displayed. Yeah.
Even the
And
contacts
actually,
and everything,
yeah.
yes.
I've never done mentorship because okay, I've done mentorship before, but currently I don't do mentorship. I've not been doing that for around close to 4 years now. So for anyone who has been making losses, and probably they want to make profits from the forex market, they can reach out to me. And I'm taking for the record, I'm only picking 3 people nationwide, and I'll never do any other mentorship. Yeah, just it's exclusive for the 3 people. Yeah. So if you want to join my mentorship, 3 people, once I'm done with them, I'm done with the mentorship. And to add on to that, I want to be on this journey on content creation. So having said that, I want to document their journey from day one and show their progress all the way through. And number 2, if you have anyone who has lost millions of money, I am willing to help them through. So they just copy my trades, and I'll charge 0% performance fees, meaning they take 100% of the profits that they make. And regardless of the amount that they have made in losses, I'm willing to work with them in this journey up until they recover their full amount.
Wow.
Yeah, free of charge.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So if there's anyone who's lost their money, they just check out Sam FX Kenya.
Let me just iron that out. I'm just picking one person.
Oh, you're picking one.
Just one person, yeah.
So that you document the journey.
Just to document the journey, because I understand there have been a lot of scamming in the industry, and for me to stand out, I don't have to keep on marketing my services out there. For people to know that that forex can actually pay, we have to sacrifice and give some services free of charge. Yeah.
Wow, interesting. So all these trades that we see, do you take them personally, or are they automated?
I do have a system which I'm not willing to share to the public, whether on a paid subscription or free. That is actually the system that I do use to trade on the profile that you just shown, and everything is actually automated, not just on this particular profile, but on every other profile that I'm handling.
Oh,
Yeah.
that is amazing. Anything that I've not mentioned that you'd like to share?
I think I've exhausted everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So guys, check out the website. The link is going to be on description. Also my social media links are going to be on description, and I'm going to pin everything as well on the comment section. Please, if you are interested in this, I mean, this is absolutely mind blowing. When I once I saw this, I was like, I really need to meet this guy so that I can be able to actually pinpoint if there are any loopholes. But I have actually been able, I've actually been impressed. So guys, if you wanna see Sam Kenya, if you wanna see Sam Kenya, come again here, and talk about his strategy per se. I might try as much as possible to convince him. I don't know if it is going to be possible, but just comment the word strategy. If you're interested in his mentorship, he's only taking 3 people. Comment the word mentorship. Could be picking you from there. And of course, I want to thank you guys for watching the whole episode up until this point. And of course, I want to remind you that the episode has been fully and proudly sponsored by Zealand's Markets, the best broker we have, which gives you institutional style of trading as a retail trader. Fast execution speeds, fast deposits, fast withdrawals, the best the best spreads you can ever get in the market. I've been your host, presenter Ali, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the next video.
The Mind of a Trader podcast, where we outthink the market.